Is anybody actually surprised at this point? The Chicago Bears drop an absolute stinker of a performance to the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday Night Football for the whole country to watch. They lose to this team by a score of 30-13 in a game in which I was falling asleep, honestly, in the second half because of how bored I was watching this pathetic football team. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears post-game reaction video, which I will be doing after every single Bears game this year. Even if we suck the rest of the year, which we probably are going to with how bad the season is going. You know, you can rely on me for the post-game reactions and the constant Bears coverage still, because I'm unfortunately very loyal to this team, which I probably shouldn't be with how bad they are. But yeah, guys, this did not surprise me that much. I did actually pick the Bears to lose this game. I did think it was going to be a little bit closer. I think I predicted a 3-point loss, and we lost by 17 points. So I was definitely off on the margin of victory. Okay, I thought that Bajent and this offense will put together a better performance against a terrible Chargers defense, which I thought was terrible. They were the number 31 ranked defense headed into this game, the number 32 defense against the pass, and for the vast majority of the game, the Bears could not get anything going on the offensive side of the football. We had a few nice drives by Tyson Bajent. He did get a touchdown also too in the first half, but aside from that, we did not score at all until garbage time when the Chargers were basically playing prevent defense, right? So not a good game by the offense at all to only score 13 points against a really bad defense, which they have talent obviously on the defensive line. They have guys like Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack that, defensive line definitely played well for the Chargers, but still there's no excuse to go up against a team that was allowing so many points, so many yards, and to struggle mightily against that team. And talking about Tyson Bajent, guys, I know the spotlight is going to be on him because he did not look as good in this game as the last game. He actually had a pretty decent first half, but in the second half, things definitely did fall apart. And even in the first half, he had a bad interception in which he overshot the ball. That seemed like a bad throw by him. It could just be a miscommunication too on that route, but it seemed like a bad throw by Tyson Bajent. In the second half too, he had a couple bad throws. One which was not intercepted, which could have been intercepted, and a couple throws in which he just did not have the right amount of velocity on that ball. Okay, his arm strength, even though he had that deep shot on the first play of the game, okay, phenomenal throw by him. On some other plays, you could really see the lack of arm strength, the lack of velocity, the lack of physical attributes really hinder him from making some throws. And again, guys, arm strength is not everything. He still looked pretty accurate in the pocket at times in this game. He got the ball out quickly, and I still think it's going to be a good backup quarterback for the Bears, guys. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not out on Tyson Bajent because of one performance in his rookie year with a bad team in which he made some bad mistakes. Okay, that was guaranteed to happen. That would have happened to any quarterback, right? But I'm just saying now that the people, acting like Tyson Bajent was going to be a savior of this franchise, got a reality check in this game, okay? First of all, Tyson Bajent does not have the upside that the other elite quarterback prospects in this draft or even Justin Fields have. I know that people are out on Justin Fields at this point, and I understand why. He's not made the improvements as a quarterback that he should have in year 3, but as you guys are seeing, this team still has so many flaws on it. The coaching staff absolutely sucks. So, Justin Fields, even if you don't think we should keep him for next year, like, the Bears probably will be drafting a different quarterback then and not sticking with Tyson Bajent as a starter next year, because that would be absolutely crazy. Okay, Tyson Bajent's still a phenomenal story. He's worked so hard. He's a really good kid, and he still seems like very good for a rookie quarterback, a backup rookie quarterback, but I don't think he's ever going to be the starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears because of physical limitations and because that's just not what he was brought here to be. And again, you guys saw in this game that all the problems of the Bears franchise are not only at the quarterback spot. Okay, people that thought that benching Justin Fields was going to miraculously save our season were absolutely crazy and delusional at the very best, because we have major flaws on the defense, a defense that allowed 24 in the first half. Like, you're not going to win many football games with any quarterback with how bad that defense played. On the offensive line, we had some struggles at left guard with Cody Whitehair absolutely sucking again. I mean, Cody Whitehair is definitely past his prime by many years. Okay, we should have gotten rid of him a long time ago, but Cody Whitehair definitely was a big liability in this game. Larry Borum, our backup left tackle, had some bad moments as well. The play calling was putrid throughout the entire game. You guys know I've been out on Luke Getsy for a couple months now at this point. Okay, I don't think this guy's a good play caller, a good play designer, and it's not surprising to me he couldn't find a way to move the ball downfield against the 31st ranked passing defense, because he's Luke Getsy. Okay, he's not Kyle Shanahan, he's not Sean McVay, he's not one of the best offensive minds in the game. Okay, this entire season has proven that he's not able to adjust to his personnel, he's not able to scheme in the game, he's not able to plan in the game, when stuff goes differently than what he thought it was going to be like, he's not able to adjust, is the word I'm looking for, in the middle of a game. And man, he used Kari Blasingame, our fullback, as like Alvin Kamara in this game, right? We had so many targets going to Kari Blasingame, our fullback, who's not known for catching the football, so I didn't get the whole involvement of Kari Blasingame as one of your main pass catching backs in this game. Didn't really make a whole lot of sense. A lot of the play calls on third down were not good. We also went for it on our own 25-yard line, I think it was, on 4th and 1, and instead of, sticking with the tush push, which has been really good for us the entire year, we had, I think it was Roshan Johnson running there, and it was a bad block attempt by, I think it was Cole Kmet on that play. Forgive me if I'm blanking on the exact players there, but, turned the ball over on our own 25-yard line, I think, and that just basically ended the game right there, okay? You can't turn the ball over that many times on downs or by throwing interceptions and expect to win a football game, especially when your defense is playing as bad as it was playing in this game. So whole offense for the most part sucked. Okay, we could not run the football as well as we usually do because first of all, we were playing from behind the entire game, so we couldn't actually set up the run game like we wanted to. And second of all, the Chargers run defense was really good in this game, and our blocking effort on the offensive line in terms of run blocking was not good, okay, compared to the last game like we had against the Raiders. So if this Bears team cannot run the football, we have seen it the entire year, like we cannot score many points, and that's a bad thing to be reliant on, okay? You have to be able to pass the football down the field in the year of 2023, and the Chicago Bears still, at times, struggled to do that, okay? Tyson Bagent did have 232 passing yards in this game, 2 interceptions, so the yardage looked, decent, but on 37 pass attempts, that's not a good yards per attempt, and against a defense, again, that was so bad against other offenses in terms of allowing passing yards, like we cannot get anything going really until garbage time, which is just so embarrassing if you are Luke Getsy and the Chicago Bears offense. And again, I'm not putting all the blame on this lack of offensive performance on Tyson Bagent, the quarterback, because that's not the case at all. In the first half, he actually looked pretty decent, but no quarterback right now in the NFL can overcome the flaws of the Chicago Bears team, and that was fully on display in this game. And talking about the defense, guys, I'm not going to talk about them for too long because I have nothing really positive to say about the defense aside from the second half. They look pretty good. They got, a bunch of stops in the second half, but at that point, again, it was kind of garbage time, so the Chargers really were not looking to push the ball downfield as much. In the third quarter, they definitely were, and the Bears defense did get some stops. We got some pressure on the quarterback with TJ Edwards actually blitzing a few times, and he got to the quarterback, pretty fast and got some quarterback hits. So good on TJ Edwards for recovering after a bad first half performance in which he whiffed on multiple tackles to put together a better second half performance. That was definitely, resiliency by him because, man, in the first half, he allowed a touchdown to Austin Eckler by just completely missing on a tackle, which I'm not used to him doing that because this entire year, besides that half, he's been a really good tackler for the Chicago Bears. So, definitely a better second half, but in that first half, he was not that good. And everybody on the Bears defense, it seemed like, especially in that first half, could not freaking tackle anybody, okay? Tyreek Stevenson missed a couple tackles. He also got picked on in this game. And Stevenson this year has had a lot of ups and downs. He had a really good performance last game against Devontae Adams against, the Raiders. But this game definitely got picked on a lot going downfield. And he just cannot defend, it seems like, without committing penalties, right? I mean, he's just way too handsy, he's way too physical at times, and he needs to learn how to play within the rule book, right, if he wants to be a starting cornerback in this league, because you just cannot be committing as many penalties as he does and expect to start for the Bears the rest of his career. So still a lot of, things to love about Tyreek Stevenson is his physicality, his aggressiveness. I still do like him as a player, but he has a lot of learning to do, as you guys have seen this season. And Jalen Jones, our backup cornerback, also played a lot in this game, and he did not look that good either. He also got picked on a few times. Elijah Hicks, our backup we had 2 backup safeties out there on the back end, and they also had a couple missed tackles, that is. So what can I say, man? It was a completely terrible defensive performance. It was way too easy for Justin Herbert in that pocket, especially in that first half, in which there was no pressure at all with our front four, which it's a problem, man. I mean, that's why we need a pass rusher like a Chase Young, like a Montez Sweat, like a whoever else is available in the offseason, because we just do not have the star talent on this pass rush to get to the quarterback, only sending 4. We have to blitz to get any pressure on the quarterback, which is not sustainable throughout the course of an entire season, okay? Good quarterbacks like Justin Herbert are going to dot you up down the field if you don't get pressure on them, and that's exactly what happened in this game. So leave your comments down below, guys. Again, at this point, I'm not really surprised the Bears are losing games because I've come to expect absolute disappointment out of this team, especially with this coaching staff. I'm not expecting this coaching staff to ever win back-to-back games because they are a bad coaching staff, and our team also has some major flaws on it. So, you know, Justin Fields is probably coming back next week. My hopes are still not high for the Bears team when Fields does come back because this team is still not a good football team, okay? So even if Fields does go out there and puts up 24 plus points, the defense might allow 30 plus. You know, our offensive coordinator still sucks. So, you know, deep down inside, even though I'm a big Justin Fields fan, I've accepted he's probably not going to be the Bears quarterback in 2024 unless we see a miraculous run throughout the second half of the season, which maybe there's a tiny chance it happens, but being realistic, it probably is not going to happen, and we're probably going to draft another quarterback in the draft next year. And I pray for that rookie quarterback because knowing the Chicago Bears, they're going to try their best to mess that quarterback up. Leave your comments down below. As always, bear down.